hands up, no turning back.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Strive Tribe podcast. It's your boy Devan, bringing you another episode of the Mindset Cafe. Today I want to go into you letting external factors have an internal result and affecting you mentally, emotionally, which lead into, physical results, right? Nowadays, there's so many things that can bring you out of your positive mindset, your growth mindset, your success mindset. And it's one of those things where you have to know that there's no perfect world where you can eliminate all those things. But what you can do is minimize some of that negative exposure. And it is necessary for you to continue to see results. So let's go into it a little bit today. So I want you to think, is there anyone in your life that, is always that negative Nancy that, is always telling you that either you can't do something or that you need to do this because of, that's the right thing to do. And they're not kind of going with your dreams, your goals, your path. Do you have anyone like that? Are you in a toxic relationship with someone that doesn't support your goals? And a toxic relationship can be more than just a physical and emotional relationship with a significant other. A relationship that's toxic can be with a friend. It could be with a family member. Is there anyone that isn't supporting you, or when you tell them your goals or what you're trying to do, they always have to give their two cents, and it's not ever in line with what you're trying to do or with what your goal is? Are you finding yourself on social media scrolling through and having anxiety as you're seeing certain things from certain accounts as they post them? Are they news accounts or whatever it is? Those kind of things we need to start minimizing so that you can stay in a positive mindset and stay in a positive groove, because at the end of the day, you need to protect yourself. And that goes into protecting your emotional state, your mindset. So how do we minimize that? Sometimes, even though you may have been friends with someone for years, let's say even certain family members, sometimes you just need to realize that your mental health and your goals are more important than that relationship, unfortunately, for them, not for you, even though you may have followed an account and you think that you get amazing news from them, sometimes if most of the content that they're posting makes you worrisome about the world, have anxiety, get stressed out about the news, unfollow them. Minimize those things that are going to bring you into a negative space, right? Start following motivational pages. Start following pages that are going to give you, life quotes instead of news. Things that are going to help you grow, right? You want to be surrounding yourself and protecting yourself as much as you can, because at the end of the day, no one else is going to be looking out for you in your goals. We said in a few podcasts ago, I was actually towards the beginning, the crabs in a bucket, right? The crabs in a bucket is basically when one crab starts to get out of the bucket, it's climbing, it's crawling, it's clawing its way out. The other crabs naturally start pulling that crab back down into the bucket. When other people start to see you succeed, all of a sudden they want to start kind of setting you back and putting you back to where they are, because that's where they feel most comfortable. Right? They don't want to see you succeed because they don't want to see you do better than them. So if you're getting that feeling, that vibe from people, just cut them out. Get them out of your bucket, because at the end of the day, you don't need them bringing you back down to the bottom. You're trying to grow. You're trying to hit results. You're trying to elevate yourself. And you can't do that with crabs pulling you down. Right? So sometimes it sucks. But sometimes you may need to cut people off, Or, maybe you can just give them a reality check and be like, look, every time I tell you what I'm trying to do, you always have to put your 2 cents in. Either help me or, be on my side or give me helpful advice. Or honestly, I think we're just gonna have to cut ties for a little bit, right? You don't have to ghost anyone. Like, you can let them know what's up. And some people may be doing it because they feel that it's for your best interest, meaning, they're putting their 2 cents in because they're like, I care about this person. Let me make sure that, they're safe. And their safety, what they're referring to in safety may just be comfort of what their comfort levels are. For me personally, like, I love being uncomfortable. Right? I love doing new things. I love doing things that people have never done before or very few people do. That's where I thrive. And not everyone's like that. But also, over the years, I've learned I can't tell everyone my goals, my dreams, my ambitions, because it's not the norm, right? It's not the normal to, be an entrepreneur, even though everyone says that they're an entrepreneur, like a true entrepreneur, getting delayed, focusing on delayed gratification, putting everything back into what you're doing, right? It's not the normal. It's you got to realize that not everyone is gonna agree with what you do, whether it's from your career to your fitness journey to your lifestyle. But at the end of the day, if they're not in your corner, then they're against you. And that's the mentality you have to have in the sense of protecting yourself. Right? I value myself and my ambitions and my goals and my dreams for myself and my family more than a relationship if they're not going to be on my side. But at the same time, I realize that, like, some people, I just, they're not negatively against me, but at the same time, they're not helping me either or positively contributing to my things I'm saying or telling you my ambition. So it's like, I just don't waste the breath in telling them. If you're not going to either give me a dude, that's awesome, blah, 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 or whatever, then why tell you? If you're going to have to put your input or you're going to try to one up me, then okay, this isn't a competition. Like, if you want to tell me what you're going to do, like, I'm going to be right there in your corner. Like, yeah, dude, that's sick. Then what's next after that? Like, how are you going to keep growing? Like, let's get a game plan going for you. For my circle, like, I love people in my circle because we elevate each other. Like, we're trying to push each other's boundaries. Not in the sense of like trying to compete with each other necessarily, but like, okay, what's next? Yo, you've been in that level for a minute. What's next? Hey, it looks like you've been pretty comfortable. What's next? Whether it's fitness, whether it's, your career, whatever it is, like, you got to surround yourself with people that are going to make you better, that are people that are going to be in your corner. For myself and Nick, like, we joined the mastermind, the real business owners. And honestly, like, it's crazy because these dudes, as I'm telling them, like, the ambitions and the goals that I have for Strive, like, these dudes are right there. Like, dude, that's awesome. Like, they're playing devil's advocate. And then they're like, yeah, but what if you try this and this and this? And all of a sudden, now my brain is going even faster, even harder to elevate even more. They're in my corner. I found a tribe of like-minded people. Friends that I've been friends with for, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, like, they don't necessarily have the same mindset as I do. And then when I'm out trying to achieve my goals and having to miss certain, events or functions or whatever it is, some people might take it personally. And unfortunately, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'll let you know, like, yo, I can't make it because of X, Y, and Z. I wish I could be there, honestly. And if you take it a different way than I'm actually intending it, like, that's on you, right? You should be like, dude, like, that's sick. I completely understand. Now, there's certain events, obviously, I won't miss. Like, they're non-negotiables for me. But at the same time, there's certain events, it's like, okay, like, there'll be plenty more of these, or I'm sorry, I gotta pick between one or two. And that even goes with my fitness. Is it worth a workout or going to hang out and go out to lunch with somebody? Sometimes it's like, dude, like, this is the only time I get to work out today. Well, sorry, my workout comes first. You have to have those battles and those realizations and those agreements with yourself in prioritizing what you necessarily need to get to your goal. Is this relationship going to help you get to your goal? Or is, X going to help you get to your goal? Right? Those certain things. Is going to this event and attending this, lunch going to help me grow? Or is it a necessity? Or do I need to do this other thing that I can only do at that same exact time? And will that help me grow? You have to choose. And sometimes it's the less favorable option from other parties. But at the end of the day, you have to protect your time. No one else is going to protect it. For me, I just realized that you only have 24 hours in the day, and people will make excuses and people will say, well, I don't have enough time to do this. I don't have enough time to do that. Or, they're so lucky that they did this. It's like, dude, they're not lucky about anything. They put in the time. They made those sacrifices. And then now they have the result. They're not different than you. There's nothing that makes them different than you. They were in your stage once. They decided to sacrifice and make the sacrifices and put off that gratification, which is delayed gratification, knowing that if they put in the work now, they'll get to, receive and benefit from the rewards later. It goes even into talks I've had with my wife and stuff. We see friends and everything going on vacations and all that kind of stuff. And my mindset is always yeah, that's cool, but I'd rather build what we're building now and continue to grow this so that we can take a week off and not have to use, quote unquote, sick time or whatever. We can do a week, vacation here, and then 2 weeks, do another week vacation just because we feel like it. Now it's not a vacation. It's just a lifestyle, right? But right now it's putting in the 16-hour days, the 18-hour days, some days even sleepless nights. And not to say that you need to have sleepless nights. It just, matter of fact, my mentality is you just need to get it done, get it done. So what I just want to kind of wrap everything up with in this Mindset Cafe is protect your internal. Protect your emotional state, protect your time, protect your mindset, because no one else is going to protect it if you won't protect it. People will start to respect your boundaries with that once you set them. But if you don't set them, then no one knows that you have those boundaries or even respect your own time, your own mindset enough to let other people know. Okay? So protect your internal environment by minimizing the negativity and the opinions from negative people from your external environment. And with that, energize that brain, keep growing, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please share the show. If you guys do have any other questions, whether it's fitness related or even, you want me to go into some mindset topics, by all means, shoot me a DM, whether it's to the Strive page, to my personal page, or even email us. But more than happy to cover any topics that you guys would like us to cover. But with that, thank you all for listening. Please share the show. See you guys on the next episode.